guys, welcome back to another video. Similar to yesterday, guys, we did the best movies of 2022. Now we're doing the top 10 worst movies of 2022. Let's do it. As I said in that video, guys, if you do want to follow me on Letterboxd, this is how I track all my movies and stuff, please go and follow me there. I do have a Letterboxd account, and you get to see the scores before the reviews actually go up. So yeah. As I did with the best movies, I will also do a bit of an honourable mention for a few other worst movies that didn't quite make the top 10 or top worst 10. There's a few others on here. So the first one I'm going to say is Fantastic Beasts and the Secret of Dumbledore. That was actually number 55 in my list. I think I had, 68 movies. So yeah, number 55 there was Fantastic Beasts, not quite as bad as that. And then I also put Moonfall as well, which is like that space film where the moon falls into the earth. That was a bit of a weird movie. And also Strange World as well, Disney movie, and that was actually 58, so that was like number 11. So yeah. So there's just a few rubbish movies really this year. We've had quite a fair few, but let's just start now with the 10th worst movie of the year. This is The Wonder. Now this is a movie starring Florence Pugh, and it was a Netflix movie. I think I watched it about 2 weeks ago. I think that this movie just totally lost me in terms of its plot. It was very weird. She was basically playing this nurse, and I guess the wonder behind the movie was that there was this like patient or this girl who was like weirdly like still alive, but she wasn't eating any food. And like, yeah, it was like this spiritual movie, but then it was very weird. It was religious. It was, yeah, pretty odd. Good performance from Florence Pugh though. Good in that regard, but just a typical Netflix film that probably would have been better as a TV show. But yeah, I gave it a 2-star, and that is my 10th worst movie of the year. Next then, we have in 9th place, this is actually a cinema movie. Many other people like this more than I did. This is Bros, directed by Nicholas Stoller. It stars Billy Eichner. It's basically a movie about this guy who falls in love with another guy. I actually liked the movie in the sense of that it was like two gay guys who basically get into a relationship, but it's like a gay couple romantic rom-com film, which we don't get enough of, you know, especially in 2023 now. We should be getting more of these type of films, in my opinion. It's not always about men loving women and all that. So I did like it in that sense, and it was quite a funny movie, but basically everything that was funny in the movie was what was in the trailer. You know, and when it's that, it's just, what's the point? The movie was okay. It didn't, you know, it wasn't an amazing piece of film. It wasn't an amazing story, but it was like filler. Probably would have been like a straight to DVD release. You know, it probably could have been straight to DVD release. But yeah, Bros, I gave that a 2-star as well. But that's my 9th worst movie of the year. Next then, in number 8, we have a Disney movie which was on Disney Plus, and this is Pinocchio, which stars Tom Hanks. I gave this a 2-star also, but for me, it's slightly worse than the other two. It's a really bad film, I'm not going to lie, especially when we've had the other Pinocchio movie, which has come out, obviously, the GGT one. This one's not good at all. Like, some of the animations in the film are really, really bad. There's definitely a lot of, like, I mean, the thing is, who asked for these Pinocchio movies? Like, who was actually asked for Pinocchio? It's just like, we've had 2 Pinocchio films this year, and the one was awful. The other one I didn't like as much as everyone has liked it. But Pinocchio, like, it's not, for me, one of the best Disney stories. It's just Disney, obviously, just running out of ideas, really, which is a real shame. I feel like Disney's had a really bad year in terms of Disney movies this year. Strange World wasn't good for me either. Pinocchio, again, another one that wasn't good. So, yeah, rightly so, it should have been on Disney Plus, definitely on the cinema, but maybe if it was in the cinema, they may have made it better and made more effort, in my opinion. But, yeah, performance was forgetful, movie was rubbish, so there is Pinocchio. Coming in then at number 7, the 7th worst movie of the year, is Singing Crocodile, starring Javier Bardem and Shawn Mendes. Yes, this is the Singing Crocodile movie. People commented on that review being like, why did I even go and watch it? Like, I put myself through some rubbish. But I watch every film that I can, like every blockbuster, like I try and review. There's been some that have been like better than others over the years. So, you know, I wanted to just give it a go. And there was some good things in the film, but there was a lot of bad things in the film. Yeah, didn't like it. It was mind-numbingly bad. The beginning of the film I remember being better than the end of the film. The end of the film was when it started getting weird. I gave that a 2-star also, but it just wasn't anything special, and definitely wouldn't be something I'd watch again. I mean, all these are probably films I would never watch again. Yeah. Coming in then in 6th place, we have got Uncharted. This stars Mark Wahlberg, Tom Holland is playing Drake, and this is based on a video game, the video game series called Uncharted. I didn't like this at all. Like, there's a few people out there that didn't like it as well. For me, it didn't sit well with me at all. I found it to be pretty dull. The script was boring. Like, there was some jokes in there that just didn't land for me at all, and the action just wasn't really like what I expected and what I wanted it to be. I've played the first Uncharted game, and I just expected it to be more of what that was, and yeah, even more so now with this new Last of Us TV show which has come out, and it's like doing amazing. You know, they definitely missed the ball on this one, and I just think I knew from the beginning Tom Holland not having the role, like I think he's one of the most overrated actors in the world. So yeah, Uncharted for me, 2-star, but really, really bad. In number 5 then, we have an Amazon Prime Video movie. This is called Deep Water, starring Ben Affleck and Ana de Armas. Now, this is a movie about a couple that are going through like rough times, and it's like an erotic movie. His wife, who is Ana de Armas, is basically going off and like sleeping with other people. But it's all it's about. Like, there's this murder or something, and she can't figure out like, oh, like he tries to protect her, but then like shouldn't be protecting her, and it's really weird. Like, what you feel like you're watching the film all the way through, but it's like one of those films you feel like, wait there, have I just like missed an entire scene? Like, has something happened where I've just missed it? Have I gone to the toilet, come back, and I've missed something? It just feels like that, even though you haven't gone to the toilet or anything. It's very odd. I gave that a 2-star also, but that is my 5th worst movie of the year. Okay, now we're in the top 4 worst movies of the year, and this one is going to be Thor: Love and Thunder. Now, I had a Marvel movie in my top 3, and now I've got a Marvel movie in my top 4 worst movies. So Thor: Love and Thunder for me was one of the worst Marvel films, if not the worst Marvel film I have ever seen. Really didn't like it at all. The whole screaming goats thing, you know, I think everyone was just expecting, like, after Ragnarok, like, Taika Waititi's to just be like fantastic with a follow-up, but Thor: Love and Thunder for me did not land well at all. I really didn't like it. I've seen it once after and I haven't enjoyed it, and I'm definitely not going to want to watch it again. But yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder, you know, what more can you say about it? It didn't land well with the reviews. It wasn't a film that was needed. Like, it's just too stupid in my opinion, and it was just random, really random, as random as it can be, but it just didn't land well at all. So that was a 2-star, and that was actually my worst 2-star movie. So the next one is less than that. In at number 3 then, we have got a 1.5 star, and this is Mobius. Yes, Mobius came out this year. Crazy to think that, because Mobius just was one of those films that felt like it's come out a long time ago. A lot of people have kind of blocked it out of their memory, but it did happen, and it's my 3rd worst movie of the year. One of the films that probably disappointed me the most, really, because I wanted it to be good, because I thought the casting was quite good. Jared Leto, I thought it would be a good casting choice. Mobius is one of my favourite like Spider-Man villains from like the cartoon series back in the day, so I was really looking forward to it, and it just, again, similar to Thor, didn't land well at all. Then you got the post-credit scene, which, again, Michael Keaton starring in that, coming back, obviously, with the whole blip, and, you know, they're doing something with the Sony universe. There is rumours that there's going to be a Mobius 2, but this movie definitely did bomb, so it'd be interesting to see if they continue on with Jared Leto, because, yeah, something didn't land right there. One of those films, I do need to watch her again in fairness. I've only watched it once. I do want to give it another go. 1.5 stars. Didn't land well from what I remember, and yeah, there it is. Mobius, 3rd worst film of the year. Now we're going into the top 2 worst films of the year. Number 2 is The Grey Man. This is a Netflix movie, and I think it stars Ryan Gosling. That's it. Chris Evans, Ryan Gosling, Ana de Armas. Yeah, Netflix movie. It didn't land well for me at all, this film. There was a few people that did enjoy this based on who I follow, but I gave this a 1 star. It was trying to be Mission Impossible without being Mission Impossible. I think I watched this not long after No Time to Die, so it was very hard to compare this to No Time to Die. And a lot of like the action scenes just looked like CGI. It looked like a video game. It didn't feel right. It didn't land well, and I think I remember that the film feeling too long as well. It was directed by the Russo brothers, so they did the Avengers movies, and every film they've done, really, other than the Avengers, have been awful. Cherry was one that comes to mind, with Tom Holland. He's another bad actor. So yeah, like, they're overrated in my opinion. So anything with the Russo brothers next to it now, I'm just going to ignore, because everything I've seen since, Avengers or whatever has been pretty bad. So yeah, second worst film of the year, The Grey Man, and I gave that, like I said, a 1 star. And hands down the worst film of the year. Now this film I think was only actually like 90 minutes long. It was a really short film. I'm glad it was, to be honest. I went to the cinema to see this. This is Firestarter, and yeah. Firestarter stars Zac Efron, and it's a remake from, I think it's like the 80s film. It's a Stephen King novel, so, you know, The Shining and all that. It's kind of got like a bit of a, you know, good name attached to it, but the film was awful. It's basically about this girl who just like sets fire to things, and then Zac Efron's playing her father and he wants to protect her. Yeah, awful. I gave it a 1 star, probably could have even been less than that. It was like the actual effects were just really, really bad. Like borderline, like I could have made better effects on After Effects if I did a course on YouTube or something. Like it looked very amateur, not even like, I think a media studies student would have done better work in their like school video than this actual film. It was awful. Like I've never seen anything this bad in the cinema in a long time. And it totally took it away from the entire movie. And the plot of the film I thought was pretty lackluster as well. It was actually crazy to think like, why would they want to remake this film based on the old film? It's not like anyone was probably asking for it, especially the story. It's just like a girl sets fire to herself and just kills people on accident because she starts screaming and she gets scared and then she just burns up in flames. I don't get it. I just didn't get it. But it's the worst film of the year for me, hands down. It's definitely burnt a scar in my mind. But yeah, 1 star. Worst film of the year, Firestarter. So there it is, guys. There is my worst films of the year. Yeah, like I said, if you want to follow me on Letterboxd and track all of the journey for 2023, please do. There's already a 2023 ranked list up there for all the films I see this year. And from tomorrow, we'll be having all new movies coming out, and I will be doing the reviews. We are going to be Blu-ray hunting again, and this is Movies with James back where he belongs, making videos, and I will be doing more and more on the channel. As I say, thanks so much for watching, and thanks for all the support over the last few months. Please take care, look after yourself, and of course, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, guys.